Okay. Podcasting. PMP gang, we back up in the building. Gang. Yup. Here we go. Rocking with the best. It's the PMP show. Yup. Here we go. Rocking with the best. It's the PMP show. Yup. Here we go. Rocking with the best. It's the PMP show. Yup. Here we go. Rocking with the best. It's the PMP Jimmy show. VIP of World War Z, we let it rank. Can't forget the pause, man. It's the PMP gang. World famous with the intros and AKAs. Talk about what we want, F what they say. Worst man begins a podcast, we don't play. Nope, it's Coach Jim and Randy, Johnson and Johnson. Dope conversation and the realest content. Up in the clouds, we be higher than a comet. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Cause life's a mystery, we trying to figure out with the Bozo of the day. Can't forget the in and outs. Trying to lift our people up, that's what it's all about. Yup. Here we go. Rocking with the best. It's the PMP show. Yup. Here we go. Rocking with the best. It's the PMP show. Yup. Here we go. Rocking with the best. It's the PMP show. Yup. Here we go. Rocking with the best. It's the PMP show.
Yo, it's the mother-loving PMP show, and we are back, America. Sorry for coughing. And God bless America and nowhere else but us. And not God bless AI. Take it over. I mean, I think we might want to start shouting out AI to get some more likes.
Yeah, we might have to, right? Because that's old, because we talk about humans. We got to shout the AI out there out too.
Yo, I think we should just
shout out Gemini.
Yeah, shout out Gemini and Aquemini, you know. So
Skynet for sure.
Shout out to Skynet for sure.
I don't want no problems with Skynet. Yeah. Oh man, but we back, y'all, with another episode.
The PMP show.
Transition. I believe it's on me to go first this weekend, so I'm gonna just set it off right, cause it's your mother schmucking boy. One half of the world Schmag Team Schmampions
podcast.
Randy,
Coach Jim,
Johnson, and Johnson.
Pause.
Idiots.
Big pause.
Pause.
So
crazy.
Even though we have other aliases, so I want to go first. Fresh out the sour.
Yes.
Still, I am funky.
Definitely fresh over here.
Okay, combined.
We are funky and fresh in the flesh.
Boy.
1979, I was born and I came out just like this. That's the only thing. That was me saying that with my B-boy stance.
B-boy stance.
Yes.
Wah.
That's it.
I have no good news about Timu. Same old. So.
And now with the tariffs, oh my God.
Because the tariffs, you'll never get out sweatsuits.
Yes.
But
boss.
Let's move on to our introductions.
Oh yes. So
and he still finished with his name.
Again.
So
your mother schmucking boy,
well,
World War Z, a.k.a. the Duke of Dansbury.
Damn.
I don't even know what Dansbury is at, but I always wanted to be a Duke. So Dansbury, Duke me. Pause. A big pause.
All right.
Somebody knight me. I think you got to be knighted to be.
Well, I'm gonna be. I forgot my shit. I'm not even gonna lie. But if he is the Duke, I am his fellow.
It is the Boston Tea Party.
Yes, this is the Tea Party.
The Boston Tea Party.
Okay. I am his fellow, Jimmy Cheerio.
You need a pipe, son. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting the pipe next
next time. So Jimmy Cheerio.
Damn, big boss.
And then you're Duke. So
oh, shit.
All right, so Duke and Sir is the Tea Party. Cheerio. And as usual, we wouldn't even have a damn show if it wasn't for Pause Man
bringing you this crystal clear clarity, you idiots. Even back then.
Today it is Sir Pauseth the Third.
Sir Pauseth
the third.
Welcome.
Tea party. Sure, yeah.
What they used to do when they used to bang on the table, they was a certain they'd be like, meeting adjourned. But when somebody wanted to speak, they would say something. There you go. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit.
That's wild.
Pause there. We need to find an intro. Hear ye. we need to put that in.
Yo, we start busting that down in segments, man. Like this segment will be the.
Yeah, hell
you know
yeah.
Like,
I'm bringing Hear Ye back.
Yeah,
If it never left, I don't know, but I'm bringing it back.
Whoa,
I want to get your attention. Hear ye.
Hear ye. Thank you. That sounds fine.
Yeah.
This might have to be the hear ye episode.
Hear ye.
All right, so we got the State of the Union. You know, this is what we do about this time. Is we show you how the State of the Union.
State of the
Union. Roll a beautiful beat.
And we shall.
They probably would have said, hear ye, hear.
Damn, shorty tripping.
This shit is what.
You know, we're gonna try to go through these like with some order, but
This is the State of the Union.
this is State of the Union. So correct. So we was talking about this a while ago about games and just, you know, like different things that the kids are doing. But that's crazy that he couldn't have been one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he was shut up when he got the phone. Not on he moves better on apps at 1 than I do at 48.
But yeah, is that too crazy though? I think about like when I was 4 or 5 years old, my Uncle Bo and them, they used to come to me to hook the Nintendo up.
Yeah, I remember those days.
You know what I'm saying? Like we knew what the fuck to do when it came to all the shit that we were into that was for our time period. I think it's just time period.
Yeah, like you
It's
said,
natural for them. You know what I'm saying?
And like you said, with everything, especially at that age, is a touch and response type thing. All they need to do is a visual. Oh, that's the app. If I do this to this device, I'm gonna scroll till I get to it, then push this.
I remember that picture.
Yeah,
plus their brain at that point is like a sponge still.
Right.
Exactly.
So like you said, they picking that shit up like that.
So
bro.
it's like the only downfall is like he's wearing a pamper. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
if you're smart enough to do this, why aren't you smart
why
enough
the
to do
fuck
this?
aren't you smart enough to figure that out? Like it's certain things. Like it's like I don't want to say the entertainment, which is like I think we're just drawn to it. Because even as a baby, you ever notice like when the kids were younger, how you could just put something on the TV with color involved to it, and they would just kind of
Niggas be stuck.
They would just be stuck there. And then if they had a little bit of a mind, like a little singing with it, they were really like.
I think maybe we have to adjust to their way of learning.
We do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe on that tablet they need to see somebody potty training.
That's what they're doing on the section.
You know what I'm saying?
But it seems like it was being used as a babysitter.
Right.
To keep the baby
Oh,
from...
you know damn well if we had it in our day, that's exactly what it would have been. A damn babysitter.
I don't think
was our babysitter.
I don't think our parents back then would have kind of allowed
Back then, our babysitter was take your ass outside and go watch TV.
Nah, I couldn't watch TV. It was go outside.
I mean, it was either or.
You had to go interact with some, like, you had to go. My mom hated when I was in a room.
My mama's famous words were, you either gonna be in or you gonna be out, but you keep opening my damn door.
Because I heard you running up my electricity, go outside. Like, you know, bringing the niggas into the crib or whatever. So, it was mostly like an outside thing. But
so y'all feel like if y'all would y'all allow, because it's definitely going to affect our grandchildren. Like, it's going to get to a point, like Paul's man showing me this shit on his new phone, the new S25 with all the, how Gemini is just so ridiculously advanced now. If it gets to a point to where you literally can sit your grandchild, for us it would be our grandchildren, you know, for y'all, some of y'all that's younger, be your child, down with some type of AI device and let this thing accelerate your child's learning process to like almost not necessarily on some Matrix shit where they literally download, but some shit to where your child may be able to do shit 6 years faster or 6 years more advanced than where they would be at this. Would you allow that?
Only if I saw it was effective. If I saw it was effective, yeah. Like, I mean, but then also with that, you gotta worry about the social skills that your kid's not getting from
Right.
from this motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like if you was, they still would go to school, but on the weekend, you know how sometimes a parent might just have the time to sit down and do this, but now boom, I got this AI thing. I throw my phone up, it projects this fake teacher on the screen, and now this teacher is teaching you next year's math, and or you just sit down for an hour, 2 hours.
Also depends on how far along they are once they started too, because a teenager gonna say, "Fuck this little digital."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, hell yeah. Cause it's getting to that point, bro. Like it's. I mean, that shit you showed me, bro. That was scary. Like my nigga was literally having a whole conversation with this AI shit on his phone. And like I said, I got the S24. He got the joint right after that, and it's like, yo, this is bugged out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Team Apple.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care about that.
This is getting crazy, man. This is getting crazy. So.
But like back on the child though, like I don't think it's a bad thing because I know moving forward we're gonna be in a technology based like everything's gonna be. You know, like, and we not gonna be here to witness that.
Right.
Shit, we got the chance to see everything go.
Change.
Like that shit was
Transition.
dope. That shit was dope.
Think about how we talked. Like we had the pager.
Yeah.
Then we had the two-way pager. Then the cell phones hit. The cell phones could do so much in two-way.
And in the medical field, just seeing certain shit that we seeing now to the point where we literally seeing them revive people's eyesight or their hearing with robotics and shit. Like,
technology's a motherfucker.
Yeah, remember back in the day, we seen somebody lose an arm, they had the hook. Remember the old hook back then? Now niggas is getting whole, like you said, robotic arms that they fuse into their goddamn body and shit. So
there's a lot of gifts, pros and cons with that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think most of the cons are just solely on the effect it has on
The
people
individual.
not doing work anymore.
Yeah,
not doing the work anymore. You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
that's a problem for me though.
yeah.
For me personally, it's
Find a way to
like
keep yourself active. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but it like to me it kind of like I love AI and everything, but I feel like
But see,
it just takes a lot away from like what y'all are talking about.
it does. But here's the thing about that, and because I agree with you, because I'm always about the natural way of doing things, but at the same time, we got to be able to draw a line and accept that, hey, this is making life a lot easier. Like, there's a reason why. I'm pretty sure there was an old school nigga just like us when they first invented the fork. That nigga was like, nah, I like doing that shit with my fingers just like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck that fork. You know what I'm saying? Like when the fork, but eventually the fork became the standard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And chopsticks.
And this is
depending on where you at, yeah.
off topic, but kind of on topic because we talk about technology and just did y'all see the images that they finally got like a 3D radar image of the shit under the pyramids, and they got it's coils going hundreds of feet all the way down, bro, to the earth, and they trying to figure out now what are these coils doing, and they supposed to be some type of metal, so it's like they was some type of conductor for something. So now it's a whole different theory going on with the pyramids. But
See, they about
again,
to fuck with.
yeah.
They about to fuck with
Technology.
something.
Yeah. So
I did
it's
see-
just experimenting with shit. And
I
all
did see
that,
they sent some camera like real deep down in the ocean or some shit like that.
Right.
And they found the world's biggest cave. And in that cave,
It goes somewhere else.
it's so damn big, it has its own
Ocean.
atmosphere, like it has its own clouds.
That shit on World Star, and
Has
it's like
clouds
fish
and all
down
types
there
of
that
shit
without
the eyes and
Oh
shit.
yeah, bruh. See,
Yo,
No
I've
eyes
been,
fish.
I've
That shit
been
crazy.
looking at that shit for a while. They didn't just that's been conspiracies. Been talking about that for a while. Another
world
lives
Yeah,
on there.
and they saying, wasn't it you that we talked about it
The
on
ice
here,
wall
but-
on the other side.
Nah, it's not the. I mean, not the ice wall. We talked about that, but no, there's literally a part of the ocean that those animals they can't break through, so that's why they can't get to the where we can see them. But eventually,
So this
something
gonna happen,
fucked up.
and they're
Yeah.
gonna-
Matter of fact, that's what it was. Remember them sharks we talked about a while ago, and them sharks that came up from Antarctica somewhere, and they was like, yo, these shit swam from the depths, and they finally figured out how to get through this thick
navigate
ass
their
ice.
way.
Yeah.
And they're bigger than normal. Like, they're huge.
Right.
Damn.
There's other animals. Like, they talk about...
I'm more
like
interested
a
in
lot-
what's in the ocean than what's in space.
Yeah, because you gotta figure
See, but that's-
thousands of miles of this
So
shit.
you're not going to believe what I say about flat Earth. Space is the below. That's what space really is.
We're not gonna get into flat Earth.
The
But what
floating...
we're not gonna do is know that there is an inside of the Earth.
Yeah, but there's also the below. And that below that water, there's
There's a
like,
below
there are
Earth.
life forms.
There's
Yo.
above Earth. Yes.
Yo, when it was flooded the first time, think about this. Where is that? Like, what? Anyway, let's just keep it.
No, because I was gonna say that we gonna turn this to conspiracy.
No, that's
I
what I'm saying.
wanted to go there too, because like I
Yeah.
said, these coils got me fucked up. Because you talk about some hundreds of feet into the ground under the pyramids, and with that, that 3D radar, sonar scan and shit, and they was like, well, wait a minute, and it's just, I mean, bruh, I can only imagine how big these joints is.
But
They was doing something. They was some type of power. You know what I mean?
Charlie, what up? Can you believe
What up, Charlie? TJ, what up? Cuzzo, what up?
it's probably some kind of manipulation, though? Like, this whole thing is a manipulation. Like, who knows what?
Say it again, Jimmy.
This whole thing's a manipulation.
One more time.
Yo, this whole thing's a manipulation.
That nigga completely disregards the you in manipulation altogether.
I did?
Altogether. That nigga manipulation.
Manipulation.
Nah. Keep it the way you. I like that one better.
It is
Manipulation.
It is a whole manipulation. But yes, I mean, technology is a great thing. I love it. I want my kids to learn it, but I want them also to be able to change a tire.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to change. I still want them to be able to run if necessary.
Because that's what's crazy. Somebody made a joke, but it was like, as advanced as this technology is getting, all somebody got to do is hit the power switch. All that shit going on.
Yeah,
Well,
the whole world could be lost.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it was like, as advanced as this is.
Unless you've educated yourself on creating your own power grid.
Or even making a fire. Can you make a fire? We
can.
got lighters right here. So
I can make a fire
I know
in the woods.
The know-how now, being able to do it is different, but you know what I'm saying, knowing how to, you know what I mean, get in the sticks and all of that,
Okay,
it's
look,
just something that's
I
going
can
to
make a fire,
generate
but I
fresh.
need somebody to cook.
See, all right. Can we go skin a deer and make? I mean, can we
I
find
can
a
kill
rabbit?
him and make sure
Can
and make sure that he's good game and not ruined.
Can we go
I
fish?
can do
I
that.
couldn't
Skin
tell
a
you what
fish,
berries
cook
to
it.
eat. That's what we gonna fuck
I'm
up
not
about.
touching any of them because I don't know.
I don't know what berries to eat and what's good and what. Yeah, that's what
I don't know.
we gonna end up with poison ivy and all kind of shit.
But then we back to the bare minimum, though.
Yeah, but nah, that's a fact. Yeah. Like you said,
If
basic
that
survival
switch ever
skills.
get hit,
Yeah. Nah, and even outside of that, like Jimmy said, I know you pointing out the animals, nigga. Can you even shoot a bow and arrow accurately? You might waste 7 arrows trying to hit your target. Yeah. So can you even shoot a bow and arrow accurately enough to catch this motherfucker?
I mean, I think I could shoot a gun pretty well. Just saying.
We
Like
still
for right now.
But now you know what? You can't shoot it with a gun because now you caramelize the meat. Pause. So
Yeah,
now
but say
can't
you don't
do
want to
nothing
ruin
with
the
it.
game.
Yeah, you can't do nothing. So you got to yeah.
So we gotta see. A lot of you niggas is dead meat. A lot of you niggas is dead meat. If we gotta go back to
Yeah.
You just
to
you
knife
set
up,
traps
you
and
got a knife a
You set
bear.
traps. You know what I'm saying? You got set traps.
How many niggas for real? I ain't talking about us because we creative and but niggas out here who on the internet all the time for a living and don't get up.
I tell you, everybody in the inner cities across the United States is food. And only thing that's gonna survive is all the country boys in like Alabama, like that type of country.
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah. Anybody in the inner
Shit, we
city,
in Georgia, we gonna be able to.
but we gonna have to go down there with them. Like you
First
said,
thing you
who
do-
know how to hunt in
First
your
thing you
immediate
do is
crew?
you get your crew. You get your crew together and y'all get together. Y'all take over a Lowe's or a Home Depot.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you do. You know what I'm saying? Because you can build whatever you need to goddamn it protect you, and then you know what I'm saying, you got barterings.
Look, check this out. We have Black Negan with us. We'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yo, let's move on to the next one, man.
And the next one is a commercial break. Because that was the state of the union.
State of the union.
That was a good topic. So we're gonna take a commercial.
Technology is always a good one. 'Cause
It is.
You know, Paul's man made a good point, being that last era of the analog, bro. But you know, we still can talk about using the payphone, and we actually know what an 8-track is. Like, cause we, from our grandparents and fucking around in our grandparents' attic, or we still know. Like, I physically remember putting the 8-track in my grandfather's car. You know what I'm saying?
Why do people make the 8-track sound so old?
Primitive.
Like, because to be honest with you, the 8-track actually came after the cassette.
Really? I never knew.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Nah.
It came after the vinyl. It came after the.
Definitely came after.
It came around the same time as the vinyl. Like around. Yeah. Let's Google that fact check.
Which came first, the 8-track or the cassette?
The cassette tape came first.
Wow.
It was developed by Philips in 1962, introduced in Europe in 1963, and then brought to the United States in November 1964. The 8-track tape was developed later, becoming available in the U.S. market in 1965.
So what's the 8-track
was invented.
No, I'm just saying that everybody always makes it seem like the 8-track came before cassettes for some reason.
Because it was so old. Because we didn't listen to our music on 8-track.
In cars, I wonder what came first.
In cars, I'm sure it probably
It had to be. It probably was an 8-track. That's probably what it is.
That's probably why we
yeah.
think of that.
Yeah,
Because
the cassette back then was probably this fucking big. So you had to play that shit.
Yo, you remember the busy box? How you good?
Okay.
Yeah, you remember the busy box? Like the joint they used to take out and roll with them?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
The radio and shit like that. So the cassette probably did come later. After the 8-track on the car.
No, the cassette came before the. On the car,
Yeah.
probably the car, definitely.
On the car.
More than likely, definitely the car.
Yeah.
It was probably
Because
much
it was
easier
easier.
to design the 8-track system for that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like we was around for that. Yo, that was dope. Thinking about the transition to
that's crazy,
CDs.
That's
Now
crazy.
we don't even.
Yeah, you got.
Nigga, I remember Laserdisc, yo. Remember
Shit.
Laserdisc?
Yeah, which actually came after the first CD.
Yeah,
that's
which
the
is
shit.
crazy, right?
You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, because
I remember watching Footloose on Laserdisc. Shit is crazy.
So what I feel like, so we could, it's like this. They've had this shit forever. You know what I'm saying? They
You
just
know, a long time
rationing
ago.
it out to the.
long time ago, I was watching some shit on it was either Discovery or the Learning Channel, I forget, but it was a while ago. I mean, it was like addressing, you know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers over in, I want to say it was like Hong Kong or some shit like that. They had what they called like the PlayStation X. You know what I'm saying? And it was like the PlayStation 10.
I think I remember.
You know what I'm saying? Technology wise, but they were saying that what they did was they were selling it to the United States in small parts.
To make
You
more
know what I'm
money.
saying? With each joint, that's why they got PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation. But they've been had the actual.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they just keep on updating it the more technology grows.
Much,
You know what I'm saying?
And what's crazy about that is, here's my theory about when they took over the United States, they made it a place to sell product.
It's a corporation.
Yeah, big time. And everybody just got their
In and
stuff.
Outs is kinda about
Huh?
One of my in and outs is kind of about that.
Let's-
Yeah, you gonna see. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
let's but yeah, let's go ahead and take this commercial break.
You gonna be like, damn, it's kind of pretty much about that. But yeah, guys.
It's the PMP show.
Alright. Like think about this too. Cause I heard it too. When I was at the me and my lady was going to get hoagies, right?
Oh, shit.
We was going to get subs and shit. Hoagies, footlong, see? So,
Pause
so
for
they
that.
was like, yo, you want the 6-inch? I'm like, nah, I want the footlong. Then I stopped. I was like, yo, did I just ask for the footlong?
You see how that shit sounds?
I was like,
Asking for more as a man.
so I was like, man, fuck
It's
it.
just asking for more. It's just as a man.
Yo, shit. Nah, but I said it loud too. Like I was like, nah, shit, give me the footlong. Proudly. I had to check myself.
Holy
immediately. I was like,
shit.
yo, do I be wilding? Yo, but here's when I knew I was wilding. Cause the dude behind me was like, pause. I was like, what the fuck?
Yo. To charge now, like they're like,
I just fuck. I wish we could live like the old days. Like you go to a saloon, like you go to a saloon and bitches just standing up on stairs.
yeah,
Like, hey, cowboy. Yo, what happened to them?
he said go to a fucking saloon.
You you want to go get a drink and shit, you know.
Holy shit.
That's the shit, bro.
Yo,
that
shit used to always look incredible to me as a kid because, like you said, the niggas coming in there with their 6-shooter on their hip,
Right.
looking up.
Yeah,
There's always the sexy one at the top, looking down, like up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that one right there.
Titties busting out.
Hell yeah, somebody getting, it's like.
Nah, but if you're getting paid,
Whoa, dots
that's
don't get paid. Dots don't get paid.
They don't put in enough work to be a prostitute.
yeah, because you're literally just hit this button and you're advertised at 15
Pause,
minutes.
man. Bleep these next couple words, can you, for me, please? Because I want to say it so bad.
You guys,
Whoa.
you
In
guys.
this situation, I would just not say it.
Okay, I was going to say with class,
busy trying to
you
set
have
some
to
things
get
up for y'all.
your pimp has to shame you. This is how I'm going to word it. In order to classify yourself as a prostitute, your
has to
pimp
be
has
smacked
to
around.
shame you. I was trying to say that.
I mean,
Your
it
pimp
comes,
has to shame you.
it comes with a job. So
If you've never been shamed in public,
I don't know, that position has been kind of deteriorating there. They're doing it on their own.
and you can't use the word deteriorating with prostitutes. Like,
I'm talking about pimps. I'm not.
Oh, okay. Or that too. That's still street level. Like niggas don't understand the word deteriorate.
Oh, my bad.
They're gonna want to fight.
They're falling off.
they were like, "What you call me, sucker?"
Yeah, what you say? I don't deteriorate nothing, brother. You want to deteriorate me? I don't even know what that means.
Man, these niggas bullshit me this time, I swear. Who that? Lil Lou? What the fuck you doing out here with no clothes on? Fuck is all that blood from? Well, you better back the fuck up, I'm telling you. I don't play no dumb shit now. Man, what the fuck wrong with this nigga?
It's the PMP Show.
Nothing to say there, but there was a lot of comments, right? Oh, he's wrong. He's wrong. Right? That's what they said. I got a sore throat, but he wasn't wrong.
Nah. Only thing he was wrong about is he was supposed to slam her on something that was gonna, you know what I'm saying, open something in her head or something like that. Cause do that shit to me. I don't give a fuck, male, female. I don't give a fuck if you're a child.
Right.
You getting your ass whooped.
Right.
That's you don't do that. And then, like you said, he still tried to show restraint after he
After that, she got up like, what? Like,
he was like, "Why
Don't
Why?
you relax?
yo, women, stop trying to come at guys, like they bitch.
You know,
Physically, I mean, you might win. I don't know, but it's not worth trying.
Yeah, a certain type of woman like Clarissa Shields. I'm sure she can hold her own against most men.
definitely.
That's one of the ones. You
Certain
like,
women,
oh,
you know, you're just gonna start the fight off kicking her straight in the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Bow. Yeah. And trying to make a little run for it.
yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, right?
You know what I'm saying? But,
Oh man.
yeah, but for the most part, don't try it.
Please
You know what
don't
I'm saying?
try it, man. Please. Yeah, keep your hands on.
Jesus, like keep your hands to yourself if you don't want to get hit.
Great job, young man, for showing restraint.
Yeah,
Until you couldn't show it anymore.
I mean, at some point you gotta self-defend.
Yes.
He didn't have no worse than the cop would do to you. Cop won't give you a little slam.
Cops will do a lot
He
worse.
did
Slam
better.
the cuff. The
Yeah.
cuff's coming. I'm telling you to a little young.
Facts.
Yeah, cops will do a lot worse to
They
your
might hit
motherfucking
a
ass.
shot if you did that.
You're like, what you Crenshaw Mafia? I hate you, Crenshaw Mafia, motherfucker.
Hit you with my gums because they blow.
I hate your black skin.
Whoopie gum turtle.
You said Forrest Whitaker's the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck.
Shout out to Birdie back. Rest in peace to the legend.
And I'm willing to bet some of us don't set a goal because the fear of not keeping your word to yourself. You can talk about everybody else, but you know, damn, I've been letting myself down. I've been lying to myself. I ain't been following up on my word to myself. See, it's easy for us to point now, but I'm learning self-improvement. Ooh, it'll make you look in that mirror, man. It'll have you scared to look in the mirror too. You be peeking, side-eyeing it. Don't even you brushing your teeth like this here. No, look in the mirror. The same way you been on your cousin who ain't paid you back. The same way you been on that uncle that ain't paid you back. The same way you been on your husband, your wife, your uncle, and your mama. You ain't kept your word to yourself. You said you was finna start studying 4 weeks ago. You still ain't studied. You said you was gonna get your finances in order a year ago. You still ain't did it. You said you was gonna start working out in January. You didn't stick to it. So I want us to first, before we start pointing at anybody else, I want us to start setting goals and saying, you know what? I'm gonna stick to it. If I say I'm gonna get it done today, God dang it, if I gotta be up till 11:58. I'm not gonna keep letting myself down. What happens in your mind when other people don't keep their word over and over again? Don't you lose respect for them? We quick to say that, I ain't got no respect for you. Oh, I don't trust you. Well, what do you think is going on between you and yourself? Your self-respect is going down. Your self-esteem is going down. Your confidence is going. Every time you don't keep your word to you, something is happening to you too from yourself. And you wonder why you wonder why we be down. You wonder why we not motivated. You wonder why we never have energy, because you're affecting yourself the more you don't keep your word to yourself. Oh, yeah, we didn't consider that, huh?
Real quick, because it made me think of this. Shout out to Hov, Jay-Z. They say he always got a bar that you can relate to anything. And it's on the American Gangster album, but he said, I can walk down the hall with mirrors on both sides and be so satisfied when I look myself in the eye. And it's like he said, you know what I'm saying? Are you satisfied with the decisions you've made in life? And I always put myself, when I hear that bar, if I try to think of that bar, and I always put myself in that position. You know what I'm saying? If I'm walking down the hall with mirrors on both sides, am I going to be satisfied with the reflection that is giving me back? And, sometimes I got to say no, just to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be all the way honest, sometimes I'm going to say no. So, but back to the topic, what he's saying, worrying about you and checking yourself, use that, you know what I'm saying, to put yourself in that. If you can't look yourself in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, and really be satisfied with the person who you are and say, I'm giving the best effort I'm giving in my life, then, you got to check that. You know what I'm saying? It's on you to check that. Can't nobody else but you change that. You know what I mean? But, yeah, because I thought about that as soon as he said it. I was like, you know what? That bar jumped in my head immediately.
You want to say something, boss, man? Or you good?
I mean, that was kind of self-explanatory. I felt like he was right. I feel like it's sometimes, I honestly felt like it was something I needed to hear too. You know what I'm saying?
I love our show. I swear to God, I love our show, because our show does that. Like, I feel, when I heard it, I was like, damn, that's deep. And we always talk about that on the podcast. I'm surrounded by a lot of people sometimes who are critical on other people. Like, they real critical. Like, that's all they want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? What they not doing But when they look in the mirror, I know they not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it really was for me. It's just look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking outside and look what they.
You good, man? You got to put some subtitles on for this nigga when y'all watching on YouTube, all right?
Yeah.
Throw some subtitles on, but he said some real shit just now.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead to do it like Pootie Tang in the South song.
Put the mic on the table.
Yeah, it's ugly.
I don't care. It'll be better than people like, yo.
I will during the next video.
Or I'll just move closer.
No, you good. Hold on, I got you. Give me a second. But we just gotta go ahead and We're going on to the next one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful beam footage.
I don't know where this shit came from.
Yes, indeed.
And I got a story for y'all too, man. It's crazy.
Call it riding out the storm, literally.
It's the whole bus underground.
A bus placed underground as a storm shelter.
I'm ready for the tornado, you know.
James and Claudette Hunter purchased a bus 5 years ago after a tornado ripped through the trailer park they own on County Road 40 West.
It didn't do that much damage, but it picked up a trailer and threw it across the highway.
Concerned about their tenants' safety during severe weather.
So she knows it's there if she needs it.
This underground bus was a refuge during the April tornadoes and the storms that passed 2 months ago.
They were safe, and a lot of them said it's roomy, and it just had a nice time down there.
The Hunters say it was all about being frugal.
We started looking for retainers, and they were so expensive. So we started thinking about a school bus.
They found this old Autauga County school bus built in 1985 from a junkyard for only $800.
Now, this bus has 20 seats and it can fit about 75 people on it, including people standing along the aisle.
It's 9 feet underground and the bus is 27 feet long. The Hunters paid a man $700 to dig a hole deep enough to cover the bus.
Then when we got all the dirt out and the bus down to the level of the ground, then we was able to bag the bus in the runway and then pull it down in there. You see those caps sitting on the top? Those are air vents. And I have a kerosene lamp in there for a bag up.
A unique underground shelter from the storm.
Yo, that was dope. You know, they built a bunker.
Right, pretty much.
You know, for tornadoes. And that's fire.
Definitely, yeah. I wonder if he got, well, nah, he said they built straight down. Because just in case something fell on it, another way to get out of there. Like if he built a little tunnel so he can get out.
That would suck if there was something fell on it.
Yeah, because you know what I mean? Because he said because I thought about it because he said they built it for the tornado shit. Well, damn, if a tornado come tear that shit up and something fall on the latch, you can't even get out. That's fucking you fucked.
That's fucked up in Africa, bro.
So that's why I was like, damn. So I hope they got a different escape route because shit, how much air you got down there?
You say,
yo, a nigga drive his car right over it and just park and leave the car there, and then they stuck.
Damn.
Well, nobody even know they down there.
Nah, he got some shit around it, so you can see it's something down there.
Yeah.
That's not what I saw.
Nah, it was. It was 2 air vents. He got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got vents, so they got air.
Well, if there's air vents, there's a way out.
Yeah.
And you can break the air vents. Get the fuck out. You have to
Got this shit.
Yeah, but they're 90
I
years
get
old.
claustrophobic after a minute. After a little bit, I'm like, all right, that tornado gone, y'all.
Yeah, you said
I gotta
down there,
get the
somebody
fuck out of
farted.
here. Yeah. Oh. And it's a bus, so it's only so.
You got a bathroom in there? How does that work? Don't they really not think of that part? Or?
Yo, about 3 days in there. That shit
Yeah, it's gonna stay there. Like it ain't nowhere to put this shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
They-
by any chance,
they got a
porta
bathroom.
potty down there with it.
Right.
Yes, it is. It was a bathroom in it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was about to say,
I thought about it.
You might have just built a death trap.
Yo, fuck that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Make sure if you get that, try to do that in your property.
That was a
Make
great
sure
idea,
you
man.
have all the essentials down there. With
Yeah,
you.
it's a dope idea.
Don't just think you can build a 27-foot deep hole and throw a bus down there. Like it don't work.
And they cover it up.
Yeah. You about to spend $50,000 to die.
Yeah. Do not try this at home unless you know
Yo,
what the fuck you want to do.
He spent $800 for the bus, $700 to get it covered.
Damn, that's it.
He said not even
He spent great.
not even a whole income tax check. He said he put on for everybody out here.
Yeah, but you know, build your own. Be resourceful.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
you know
cause you
what
can
I'm
do it some fly shit. Like if you was a most, millionaire, you can build some ill shit underground.
Yeah, but
like,
think
like
about
they
the
do it
poor
anyway.
people.
You know what
Like,
I mean?
think about us. Ooh, I got a quick question. Out of all the TV dads, right? How come we relate more to Al Bundy?
Because he was poor.
Yeah, he was the average guy. He was fucking the average guy. Like, he was taking care of my family out here trying to get it.
Because he
was
was
a dirty
poor.
old man.
And he had
Just sitting on the couches.
and he had no problem not giving a fuck.
Exactly.
And he was really careless about who understood that he didn't give a fuck.
Right.
So that's who we are. You know, because.
But he showed up for his family, because if you notice, every episode where he had to step up and scrap for the family, that's what he was ready to do.
Hell yeah. And I don't
Every
care.
episode, you know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
care
He ain't run from
I
nothing.
don't give a damn if you the dog. If your last name is Bundy, you ready to scrap off gate.
Right. You
They all
violated,
scrap.
he was ready to scrap.
I was just talking about dad heroes with somebody earlier. And we was like, Al Bundy, you know, we had Phil, we had.
Yeah, Al Bundy is like probably during that time the only white dad that really fits into our, you know what I'm saying, criteria.
Yeah, but that was our only way of dadism anyway.
Because we
Was
didn't look
the
at
TV.
Danny Tanner as a
Exactly.
role model, you know what I'm saying? Even though we like the show.
Now we looked at Uncle Phil because he was black
Uncle
and he was the
Phil.
coolest and the best. Like to me, Uncle Phil was the best one.
And Carl Winslow was a cop, and I think that fucked it up for
For a lot of us.
Yeah, we
'cause
looked
the
up
fact
one.
that he was a
we
cop,
looked up.
it
We
was like,
looked more up the Harriet Winslow. Than
Yeah. It was
As the man of the house.
Your pops is out here
saying?
protecting
Uncle
people.
Phil, you know what I'm
Get the
saying?
fuck out of here, you soft.
Corny ass.
Your pops is out here protecting us. The fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
What kind of
Corny ass
fucking
nigga.
thinking that we have?
But we also had these like Rock. You know what I'm saying?
But he ain't had no
was a
kids.
But Rocky
Rocky had no kids.
Yeah.
So he was just an older, bitter guy.
Right. We looked at him as an OG, but not necessarily a father figure type guy. Yeah.
But the father figures, we had to pick from a certain pool. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's a good.
Al Bundy was a real one.
Exactly.
Al
Because
Bundy
he was
is
one-
the one that, you know what I'm saying?
He still was manly real quick.
Yeah.
He was still a
That's
man's
what I was
man.
about to say.
Right, he was a man's man.
Sports.
It's like I love bitches, but I run no man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to the nudie bar.
Right.
But fuck these bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
So
love
it's
my
like-
issue with Biggins.
Yo, think of this.
Still living in
I
high
got
school
a job.
days. They said folk high. Man, I used to be a folk high.
State champion.
Yo, Al used to look at Peggy and be like, yo,
come
and
on.
grab his issue of Biggins and go to the bathroom and spank one. Like, I'd rather go do this. Yo, and as a kid, I used to be like, yo, he ain't trying to pop your Peggy. You see the bazooms is out? Like, nigga,
What's wrong with you?
Nigga, I want to see it. Hurry up. I'm trying to spank. Go do something with it.
Nah, he's just a real niggas nigga. He was showing the world that once you beat the same thing down.
Yeah. There you go.
See, but he instilled that in my mind.
Yeah.
He instilled that in my mind, bro. That's what fucked me up.
But then the moment somebody else fucked with his cheeks.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
on and popping.
Yeah. See, but that's how we learned how to be.
You ain't lying.
Yo, bro.
Al Bundy had to lie. You know what I realized? I realized binge watching recently. I know this might sound funny, but I realized I think a lot of my early sarcasm in life came from Alf.
Alf was an asshole, yo. If you
Facts.
think about it.
Gordon
Shumway,
I've been
my
rewatching the fuck out of Alf recently,
So was
and that
Al
nigga
Bundy.
was just talking cash shit like, damn.
Yo, shout out to one of my stepdads, Al Bundy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Salute to you,
Shout
bro.
out to Al Bundy. You a wild boy.
For real. Let's move on to the next.
That nigga said he was a wild boy.
He was, man.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't miss a beat on him. Like we watched that shit
When
faithful.
that time they got stuck in traffic and they had to beat the shit out the other
Oh
family.
man, I love it. See, that's what makes me want a family fight. You know what I'm saying? Just cause of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we stick together. What you say?
I gotta go back and I'm gonna go back from season 1.
Start watching.
The family
I
had
gotta
no
go
problem
watch
going
it.
down.
Cause it's been like, you know, it'll be on. You'll catch an episode every now and then, but
you
from
watch
this
it,
POV now at this age,
Older,
because it's gonna be so much shit
that you missed.
Yep.
Yeah, because of your age and your attention span. So
Shout out to Al.
because they've been making all them shows for kids to fucking programming. But anyway,
Show you how to do it. That's how we do it in Fort Wayne. We got dancers. We got dancers in Fort Wayne. I'm about to show y'all.
This is a full locker room, right? It's too many other males, like...
Not a bitch in sight.
I mean, that part for sure, but I'm cool if you and you got 2 or 3. It just lets me know that anything goes in that locker room. And I'm glad I'm not a football player. Because if that's what goes on in the locker room and y'all think that's entertainment...
Hey, shout out to whatever players realized they were about to do that kind of shit and got the fuck up out of the locker room. Shout out to those niggas.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping that a couple of y'all exist. You know what I'm saying?
I think they didn't even know that got out. I know now they see that, they're like, yo, oh shit.
Yeah, I think, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the niggas who won't Sharon, who was just in their locker getting their shit together like they was trying to get the fuck out of there.
That's a wild shit.
Again, I hate to bring this up, but that wouldn't have happened in the cocaine 80s and 90s. Like, Lawrence Taylor would have knocked you the fuck out. You was in there dancing in front of him like that. He'd have been like, he'd have bent that corner after.
Heard the music?
Yeah.
Heard the music? And where the bitches at?
Yeah, because that's the first thing he's thinking. Oh, we got bitches in here?
I heard the song. Where the bitches?
Nobody came in like this, though.
What the fuck is this nigga?
Hey, where the bitches?
Right. And bent that corner.
Is this nigga popping it?
And homie would have been on the injury reserve list for the next 6 weeks, bro.
Yeah, we didn't even see him get hit.
Yeah. You couldn't have did that shit back then. Like, these guys are different, yo. These guys are different, man.
Yeah.
They not like us.
Nope.
They not like us.
Not at all.
Oh, man, that was crazy.
That was,
wilding in the locker room.
That's how you call it, man. Shit. What the fuck?
You a Fosse business.
Yo, in front of dudes.
Nothing but dudes.
Yeah, like I could see if you was a dad, some Chippendales and chicks in there.
It's one thing that you even know how to do that in the first place.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
But then the fact that you're doing that in front of a whole bunch of dudes who are cheering you on as you do it. Kansas City,
They probably, they probably threw money up, but they
Kansas City is a wild place.
Kansas City is a wild place.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Keith.
Hey, shout out to my bro B.
He the only nigga I know. Okay.
I'm gonna send him
about
that
the chief,
video.
not the
Yeah, see what's going on.
I'm
with
gonna
his
send
team.
him that video of his football team and say what is happening.
Shit like that had me switch teams. Like I'm no longer a fan of that team.
Oh,
I don't even care if you're gay. Grown men still shouldn't twerk.
That's all I'm saying. I don't care what you do or if you're
right.
But nah.
That was not it.
Yo,
Women shouldn't open the door if she has a man with her, and men shouldn't twerk. You see, ladies, it's even. Like, you see how, you know what I mean? Like, certain, it's just law. Yeah.
Unless he's crippled. As far as the gas.
Yeah, don't never let a man twerk in front of you, woman. Well, I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
holding the fucking door. If you every man that twerk in front of you, I'm not gonna hold the door.
What kind of woman want to see that?
Word. But they
Weirdo, bitch.
Yeah, you Facts. You are a fucking weirdo,
I
bitch.
gotta take a piss. I'm trying to hold this shit. I can't hold it.
All right.
He said you a
Nah,
weirdo.
we gonna wait. We gonna wait. We gonna.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's some weirdo shit there, man.
It definitely is some weird ass shit, goddamn. But I don't know. That's why I stopped watching NFL a little bit.
That's some weird shit. This niggas is in there twerking.
Major twerking too, dropping it down, splits and all that. Like that is just. I mean, I understand you limber because you could tackle another nigga and you grab balls to hike and all that.
See, now that you say it like that, man, like a nigga, goddamn, you make it seem like
if you a quarterback,
Yeah, I know.
you get the ball.
Oh, I know about that.
Yeah, you get a lot of nutsack.
I know because a nigga tried me out for center before and I was not down for that shit. And, you know what I'm saying? I ended up wide receiver when I played offense. Pause.
Yeah.
And then I ended up defensive end. Pause. When I played defense. You know what I'm saying? But, hell yeah. When that center shit, I was like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, that's why they got you wearing the cut, man. You ain't got to wear. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You still don't need to be goddamn it. Yo,
I think that's some of the weirdest shit ever, that you gotta get the ball.
That's how they, yeah.
From there. Like, what made you say?
Why is that nigga even needed? Why can't you just by yourself be down there and say,
go 1, 2, 3, hut,
and run up, and what is this nigga for?
That is a good question.
That's some gay shit.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Excuse me.
Why? Now you're good, but why is he needed to be able to
hike it to you? You can figure out your play.
Yo.
By picking up the ball yourself.
Yo, before we move on.
I just said some real shit.
What is the purpose of the center in football?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, to be honest, now that maybe they can eliminate that position, but
No. Why does, like he said, you could just go 1, 2, 3,
do like this.
hike.
1, 2, 3, hike.
Why do you have to?
Either pause.
Why does it have to be in between it? Why does it have to?
Somebody or running or whatever you're gonna do.
Why he can still be there?
Why do you need a nigga who you gotta goddamn have your hands all on his nutsack before you know what I'm saying to play?
You
have
right.
to pass it to you first.
I was trying to justify this shit by saying, well, listen, an extra blocker on the field for them, but
he's still there.
could.
He's still blocking.
Yeah, he still could just have the ball in your hand and this guy's just there blocking. Like, so I don't know why they needed that whole transaction right there. I don't know.
Yo.
I don't know. That is a good fucking question.
And they always say the left tackle or the center is the best friend to the quarterback.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I could like how could that be your best friend when his job is to just constantly massage?
Like, oh my God, because like you said, them niggas be in the off season. Like, okay, look, we're gonna work out,
practice,
and for 3 hours a day. Not even practice time, just on some off time shit.
No pants,
being apart. Yeah. Being
free
apart.
balling,
Yeah.
niggas out there.
Just working on different silent counts and everything. Like he got to tap his balls like
telling you, bro.
Yo,
that nigga's not needed.
I'm gonna wiggle it real quick so you know.
When I do this. No! Whoa!
Yo, when I cuff him, yo, nigga said when I cuff him, as soon as I cuff him, I need you to back. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Are you saying that's how they give each other codes? And
Yes.
Yeah, what up? He said, yeah, I hit you back. I can't call you while I'm recording, nigga.
Yo, if you're a center.
Yo, he said.
That is hilarious.
He said, hey, if I do like this, we gonna.
That means.
Yo, if I pluck him, yo, that means
That's
hike the ball.
Because they're doing this.
Those
They're
niggas are
actually doing
teabagging.
this.
Oh,
They're actually doing this. Now I'm looking at my quarterback.
Like, yo, what the fuck, Lamar?
I know the whole summer this what you and the son was doing.
No, I'm telling you. I was just telling him. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you massage.
They tried me out for a center.
What?
What did he show?
Yeah, they tried me out for center. You know what I'm saying? I ended up, like I said, with him offense, I ended up a wide receiver. Pause. And then on defense, I was a defensive end.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? So, but they tried me out for center first, and that shit didn't last long at all. Cause I was like, whoa!
Yo.
Instantly,
I can't do this.
What is happening here? I'm like, all right, if you want to do this, put your hand down there. And the coach is like, no,
You know what
I'm saying? But I was like, nah, this ain't for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's like, that's why you're wearing the cup. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm not even thirsty.
We could pull you up, but we recording, so you're not gonna technically be on the YouTube. They just gonna hit. I don't even know if they'll fucking hear you. I don't know how we can bring.
What do you want to come?
We'll figure it out.
Who was that?
Rob. You know.
Yo, what up, Rob?
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yo, but that's crazy though, bro. That like, that I'm done with sinners.
Yeah.
I never understood to begin with.
One more thing too.
That is crazy.
Why every position on defense? It's kind of like cornerback, right? Defensive end, safety.
Who invented football?
What's
this guy?
Cornerback.
What is this guy? I gotta figure this out. Please ask Jimmy.
Defensive tackle.
Who invented football?
I thought it was like somebody.
While it's tempting to point to one person as the inventor of football, its origins are more of a fascinating blend of history and evolution. Think of it like this. Ancient roots games involving kicking a ball have popped up throughout history in various cultures.
Okay.
For example, a game called Kuju.
Okay, shit, let's talk about soccer. So hold on.
I'm gonna say American football.
That's what I'm about to say. Who invented American football?
This is dope for the show.
While American football evolved from earlier forms of football, particularly rugby and soccer, there isn't one single inventor. However, Walter Camp is widely considered the father of American football.
Walter Camp, you're a suspect guy, Walter.
Early influences.
It's pretty gay, Walter.
Walter, you was on some other shit.
Colleges started playing football with rules that were a mix of
Thank you.
American colleges started playing football first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Y'all wilding in the locker room and in the NFL in the whole.
Yeah, y'all bugged out.
Pause.
Bugged out. NFL is tripping.
I gotta take a pee too.
World War I is from 1492 to 1775, when America was attacked by 7 countries simultaneously. For 283 years, they bombed this place. Russia took Alaska, Netherlands took Canada, British and England took the East Coast. Italy took Texas up through the Gulf. France took New Orleans up the Gulf. And Spain came around the West Coast down through Argentina, Chile, and up the backside. 7 countries attacked Black America. In 1775, we surrendered and lost the right to vote. They put us in slavery camps. They labeled them reservations, and the ones that did not go on reservations was labeled Negro.
Yeah, man. See, listen, the older we get, first of all, it ain't even the older we get. We know certain history has been rewritten to benefit, a certain movement or whatever. But when you hear shit like this and you always say that, how could you discover something that was already here? All right, if it was already here, who was here? Then you go back, okay. You can just start answering basic questions. Well, if it was people already here, who's the original man? So on and so forth. So yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So is that chicken or the egg?
Right. Which is, shit. If I had to, I don't even know, because that is a whole theory in itself that you really can't answer.
It's like every time I think I got the answer to that, it's like, but
yeah. But how? Yeah. But in this one, I think it's more clear cut. Okay, if somebody was here already, you know what I'm saying, and then you can go predate who was the original man. Shit. You didn't find anything. Okay, so when you came over here, obviously this place was populated enough to where it's like, we just can't strong on this shit. We got to really come with it. You already got a coalition with the countries over here in Europe and all of that. So why not say, hey, it's this land over here. Y'all can get over here, we can get it. And then all these, word spread, obviously, and then you get these different countries from over there coming over here, and now it's all out war. You know what I'm saying? And we were such a giving people. I'm sure some of that was met with openness and friendliness. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, this shit is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have that cold shit up there in Alaska. We don't want that shit. But then they came down through the north and then started fucking them up on that side. So, it's just one of those things to think about. When they say World War I, and what it was really about, that's kind of sums it up. You know what I mean? Like an attack on America, but Black America in general, as far as really taking over this shit. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you put that up there, Z. When you get told stuff like that, people will laugh at that. That ain't true.
Yeah.
Like, we've been told so much that we I really don't know what to believe, honestly. And damn it, it's fucked up. See, I feel like AI did this on purpose. Like they algorithm, we was about to move in this wavelength or whatever, that we was gonna put this information. I got a sore throat.
You see, we'll blame AI for the sore throat.
Yeah. I ain't even argue. I ain't fight. I ain't did nothing. And it's just,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But, bro, we are the majority. Like we was talking about a couple episodes ago. They came here, took what was ours, made us believe something that wasn't even, like, yeah, there were Africans in Africa. True.
Yes.
But the ones that are here were here. Speak just like you and me.
Right.
If you look up what language Hebrew is, it's English. It's what we speak.
Right.
This is why, so to confuse you to think that you from somewhere else, Africa instance, you know, throw all these loopholes and shit around to mislead you. You know, last thing I want to say, because I can't talk, is do your research.
Yeah, pretty much. Boss, man, you want to add anything to that?
I mean, not particularly. Not particularly. I always just say, you know, do your research, like you said, and believe what you find to be evident. Don't just take anybody's word for it just because it's an interesting concept that you had never heard before and you just heard it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of times you make that because, you know what I mean, sometimes you actually fall into learning a lot more information by checking up on some shit that you thought sounded
correct.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, I'm glad you said that.
Like, you know, and I, you know, for me to, you know, I'll close it, you know, I'm sure y'all might want to jump in after I say this.
No,
but,
I'm good. I said what I said.
It's like, when you know, when we speaking on like history, like I feel like us three on this panel right now, me and my bros, like we're of the same mind state. Just tell the truth, like yo, like this is the era where y'all took control of you know what I'm saying, they took the power or whatever, and y'all took it and ran with it, did this and this, and you know what I'm saying. Of course, the people we have now, y'all benefited from it, but y'all ain't the catalyst of it. You know what I'm saying? But now, if you still oppressing and you still are the main reason why history is being oppressed and certain things aren't being passed forward, then of course, you know, you part of the bullshit that was started in the first place. But I feel like if you just, again, I always say, if you give me a fair shake and say, yeah, I run shit, this is why, this is what we did back then, and this is why my family runs shit now. Alright, the same fuck you I had before, I got now. It's just I know how to maneuver, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, and I feel like, okay, I just tell me who my enemy is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you got it. I know that shit ain't normal for you to be a fucking trillionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to get this shit passed on, and so you know what I mean? Like, all this power that you have. So I just feel like, again, like, you know, I don't give a fuck about the history if it's a lie, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Even that, you know, because the true history isn't going to change my mind state anyway. Like, I know, okay, I know who my enemy is. I know what y'all did. So just tell the fucking truth. I guess that's what I'm trying to say in a nutshell.
Truth.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just tell the truth.
It's going to be hard to find. But somebody told me this. He said, find your own truth. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for not what nobody told me, but mine. Truth. Yeah. So.
Roll that beautiful beam.
Where a man is in critical condition after police say he was shot twice. The first time when he was riding a scooter along Drew Street and someone shot him in a drive-by. The victim then ran into a nearby convenience store to get help. But police say someone inside might have mistaken him for a robber and shot him again. He's in surgery tonight at the hospital. Police are looking for the drive-by shooter and the shooter who is inside the store who ran away.
Yo.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yo, that's wrong place, wrong time. Bad luck.
Yeah. For those, you want to explain it again for those who don't understand?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, my bad. I was trying to finish that live. But yeah, yo, like, for a man, this is why I say wrong place for wrong time. So you got shot in the drive-by.
Riding a scooter.
Riding a scooter.
So talk about Are you driving parallel to the person who's shooting? Like, no, for real, like.
Yo, look at your hand.
Oh, shit, my bad.
You might as well peek at the camera and be like, surprise, niggas.
Are you running parallel to the niggas, or
and was you the target?
Or was they getting ready to drive by?
Yeah.
And you drove this way past their target?
Right. In which I'm thinking I don't think you, because if you target a nigga on a scooter, he can't get away. Once you hit him one time, he's not. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna flip the fuck over.
So the guy on the scooter was the target of the drive-by?
Which is fucked up.
That is
I think this is a random drive-by that he just happened to ride through.
Yeah.
And got hit.
So for the sake of the story that we're gonna tell, he wasn't the target because it's much funnier.
Right.
He got shot
Right.
randomly twice.
I assumed
He's a random bystander.
I assumed that if he was on the scooter, and I assumed that if you're in a car and somebody's on the scooter and they're your target, hitting him once, he's not gonna get away on the scooter. You're gonna follow that nigga,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They're gonna
So
finish.
this is somebody else's drive-by
Yeah.
that he caught a piece of.
He got a random drive-by on a scooter.
And then, like I said again, to get hit on the scooter, now you boom, so you done crash.
You probably
and we get help, and the nigga inside thought you was coming in to rob the joint and shoot you again.
You got bad luck. You got bad luck, bro.
And both the shooters is on the run. That's what's fucked up. The nigga in the store that shot him is on the run, and the niggas that did the drive,
you gotta be
they
kidding.
haven't caught either one.
3 words. Nigga, final destination.
Yeah, for real.
That's what that is. Because somebody would be dead.
All
Like, what the
those-
fuck?
Bro.
How you get clapped twice?
Twice.
And shit that ain't got nothing to do with you in the same night.
That's bad luck.
Yo, when dude hit him, right, he probably was like, wait a minute, I only let off one shot. Why? Like, he was so confused. I swear to God, bro, he was confused for like 15 minutes because he was like,
Oh, I swear I shot him once.
Yeah, yeah.
I swear to God, I shot his ass one time. I only hit him one time, and this nigga got 2 jokes.
He got 2 bullet holes.
Nah, they gonna know it's 2 different bullets.
So,
bro.
now,
They gonna be
so now
like,
the nigga, the clerk, he's really fucking confused. He don't know what's going on.
I only shot him one time.
It was so much confusion. I need to find the footage of this shit
Yo,
when he
that's
went in the
crazy.
store. I need that footage,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, I need that. Yeah,
I need to see
I
the
saw
whole.
somebody's footage too.
I need to see the video.
I need to see that shit, cause, bro.
And the bro came and was like, excuse me, sir, can you bow?
Now it's me,
Oh,
and just like my brothers again. We're gonna, like, if we was just randomly in the store and we look at the door that's opening. So once we see this nigga coming in shot, we gonna be like, oh shit, homie leaking. And then, but once, and he's saying help, and then it's another nigga from this way that shoot, we gonna be like, yo,
What you doing?
So to be in this situation is just a random nigga getting a beer on a Sunday. It's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh,
Yo, did he live?
You know what's crazy? This shit was so funny. I didn't even do no more digging to see if he lived or not. I need to find out.
Damn.
Should we watch it again and
Yeah,
find
yeah,
out?
yeah. Let's see. Because I know he went to the hospital. He definitely went to the hospital.
Yo, roll it back one more time. Sorry about this, y'all, but we gotta figure this out.
Because this is ridiculous.
You gotta play it earlier, baby.
Where a man is in critical condition after police say he was shot twice. The first time when he was riding a scooter along Drew Street and someone shot him in a drive-by. The victim then ran into a nearby convenience store to get help. But police say someone inside might have mistaken him for a robber and shot him again. He's in surgery tonight at the hospital. Police are looking for the drive-by shooter and the shooter who is inside the store who ran away.
Damn.
Yeah, it wasn't the clerk. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so this is just like random.
That's what I said. Yeah, it wasn't the clerk. It was just some nigga that thought
It was the nigga they was shooting at for real, probably. So he thought they was coming inside to get him. He just said,
oh,
shit. That's exactly what it
Yeah,
is.
he ran up on somebody the wrong way. That's what it was. It was like, yo, can you help me out?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because
Bro,
one of those.
nah.
that neighborhood got to be jumping for you to just hurry up and shoot a nigga in the store.
Listen, these YNs are scared, right? So the nigga who they were shooting at originally ducked off in the store, right? He heard bow, bow, bow. So he figured they was coming in to take care of him. He was on go. He was on anyway. He was on. It didn't matter who came in that fucking door. He said. It would have been a lady like, it's all clear.
Oh shit. Yeah. That
niggas laid down 3 niggas before he got there.
Time to put our detective hats on, yeah.
That nigga laid down 3 niggas before that nigga even got there. Added them to the pile.
And he had a warrant.
Oh,
so normally when they got the warrant nigga at the crime scene, he had something to do with it. So
if you was in the store, you trying to leave, he was like, don't go out that door.
First of all, he
wasn't letting you leave. He wasn't letting you leave. He was holding you hostage, yo. It was a whole I need to pause, man. Get the footage, bro. Yeah. We gonna find out.
We gotta find out. He had that shit.
He had that.
Nobody going outside. Yo, you go outside. Shoot. You niggas get air.
I swear to God.
Yo.
I swear to God. I don't give a fuck how many years I know you IB. You step the fuck out of the store if you want to, nigga.
Don't let them niggas know.
Nobody know.
Oh yeah, for real.
Cause everything getting lit up. We closed.
Shit.
Now
He running
right
from
now,
the cops. He running from the niggas that's looking for him. Oh shit.
All right, yo, let's move on, bro.
You running from everybody except for this random.
How
nigga
is
who
that
got
case
popped twice?
gonna go if they catch both these niggas, right? How is that case going? Because it's going to be 2 separate cases. So a homie that got shot going to be the victim in 2 separate cases.
Damn.
He going to have to go through this trauma twice. I don't know who trial going to go first.
No.
And God forbid them shits is like they get caught like a year apart.
Yo, the only nigga got away was a nigga doing the drive-by, bro. Like everybody else got shot. So fucked up. The nigga with the drive-by.
That nigga somewhere dying laughing because he like, yo, wait a minute. That's my work. It's like, and then he would have got hit again. Oh shit. So he's somewhere.
Nah, he don't want that body. Cause he shot.
Then you realize everybody who got shot wearing the same jacket.
Yeah. It's just a lot of confusion surrounding that.
Yeah, but that's
whole
hilarious
case.
though, man.
And I would love to interview both the shooters.
Yo, don't be a random scooter rider.
Don't be a bozo.
Yo, bozo of the day. Yo,
speaking of bozo,
I'm starting to follow this dude because it's so fucking hilarious. He got a whole team of niggas. They like jackass.
This nigga here?
Yeah. Yo, play it early. Yo, you gotta play the volume because that shit is...
This is Superhuman TV show. Today I'll be running to this fridge. This is for the juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home and I hope you like it. Whoop whoop! Fuck this shit! Whoop 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 whoop! I'm not fucking done yet! Whoop whoop!
Yo, run that back one more time, bro.
About to. Oh.
Whoop whoop.
That nigga said whoop whoop.
This is Superhuman TV show. Today I'll be running to this fridge. This is for the juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home and I hope you like it. Whoop whoop! Fuck this shit! Whoop 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 whoop! I'm not. Whoa! I'm not fucking done yet. Whoop whoop.
Yo, shout out. I'm gonna have his name next week, man. But he always whoop whoop. And then,
that table shit, I was not that.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah,
I was not ready.
I thought he was gonna stand on the refrigerator and reign superior.
Yeah, because he knocked it over.
This motherfucker said, "This shit ain't over."
Woo, pow!
whoop whoop. Shout out to homie. He just retarded, bro.
Oh, shit.
That's your
Bozo of the week. Yeah,
I would
man.
love to supply the drugs you take, Lou.
For real.
You take a lot of them.
He like 37, 38
That's
years
the
old.
motherfucker.
Bro.
When you fight that nigga, you gotta end it quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They do some
That
shit.
motherfucker got that big. I mean, he can't fight that well, but he can take hits.
Nah, and that's the part that's dangerous.
Is you gonna get tired.
Yeah.
So you gotta end that shit quick.
And then he gonna start biting you, nigga. So.
He looks like he bite people.
Yeah, no shit. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
All right, we're gonna take care of these topics, and then we going
All right, topic number 1 is not even a video, but it is called "What's a Man to Do?"
Yeah, this is interesting, y'all. Let me see y'all take on this.
Okay, let me hear.
Man jailed for leaving his kids at McDonald's while attending a job interview.
Yeah, so I'll take the lead on this because this was my topic. So the story was this guy. Well, he doesn't have a car, so it was as a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 1-year-old. He didn't have. So the original story came out that he had a job interview, but I'm gonna skip past that and tell you he was looking for jobs, so he took his
leave
kids.
it up, Smoot.
He took his
Leave
kids to the McDonald's play place at 4:30, dropped them off, situated them, told the 10-year-old watch your brother and your sister or brother and brother however, and then went on his job hunt. One of the jobs is like, yo, we gonna do an interview on the spot. Boom, he runs back to the McDonald's. Had to be close because it's in walking distance because he doesn't have a car. Runs back over to the McDonald's, checks on him, and this is all in the police report. Goes back, is back by 6:18. So for 4:30, they see him drop the kids off. Comes back, checks on him. He's back by 6:18. So a little less than 2 hours this whole ordeal takes place.
How old are these kids?
10, 6, and 1. Right. Yeah. So that's why I said, "What's a man to do?" So it's a sticky situation. But anyway, somebody, not a customer, not one of the employees, called and say, "Hey, we seen this guy come back, check on the kids, and left him unattended. So by the time he comes back at 6:18, cops there waiting on him. Mom comes, picks him up. He explains the situation, everything legit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't out there fucking around. He legitimately went on this job hunt, filled out a couple of applications. One of the spots was like, yo, boom, come to the back. He like, in his head, he probably like, oh shit, I ain't expect this. I'm thinking I'm going to be out here 30, 45 minutes. Let me run back, check on my kids. I'm going to be right back. You know what I'm saying? So boom, boom. That, and then in between him coming back at 6:18. So like I said, a little less than 2 hours, you know what I mean? All this took place, cops come. So it's up and down. People in the comments, you know what I mean? Y'all can click on the story, whatever you look at. So, so a couple people have raised money as a GoFundMe. I think they had 60,000 in it to bond them out, you know what I mean?
How much is his bond?
I don't know. I didn't really look into it, you know what I'm saying? I should have did more research on that, so I didn't look. But it was like fuck, I feel bad for him.
Too,
but then with the 1-year-old, when you said that's what makes me say If they was 10 and 6, I'm good.
My thing
when
is,
you throw the 1-year-old, it's like,
I feel bad for him because he obviously had no other
24
resort.
years old too. Let me throw that in there. He's 24 years old.
He obviously had no other resort. You know what I'm saying? Or didn't exercise, whatever it is. So I feel bad for him, but that was highly irresponsible.
Now somebody said something.
It's highly irresponsible with a 10 to 6-year-old, but
Right.
it's still how it was with that 1-year-old.
Now somebody said something that made me
The baby
think.
would have
Right?
choked.
And yeah, exactly. Somebody said something that made me think. So I'm gonna throw this in the mix too because I didn't think about it. Somebody was like, he has a 10-year-old and he was 24 years old. So either he had that 10-year-old at 14, or that's somebody else's child and he has an older woman maybe, and he has a 1-year-old, whatever, by her, whatever the case may be. So I was like, damn. So that 10-year-old is advanced as fuck. If that's his child, because could you imagine
You probably
24 years old with a 10-year-old?
You probably stepdaddy too.
Gotta be, right? That's
You probably
what I'm thinking.
stepdaddy too.
Yeah, gotta be.
I mean, niggas was busting nuts at 14.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. So either way, that 10-year-old is.
But the
a
fact
little
that he
more
got custody
advanced.
of it, the fact that he got custody.
Unless mom is doing something.
Yeah, because they never. It just said mom was
Mom
reached
should be
out.
at work.
You know,
Yo,
and they came and got.
do you
it.
want my opinion? I feel like it's a fake story to create conversation. So
Nah,
for the
real.
conversation,
Sometimes they do be though. These days they do be fake stories, but
for the conversation part of it, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do though.
Well, they said it's real because it's real GoFundMe's
okay.
raised for him. Yeah, because Antonio Brown raised $60,000 for him. So yeah, it really happened. Like he really got locked up.
That's
for
crazy.
It, yeah. So like you said, but they locked him up for child abandonment. And again, Pause Man said with the 1-year-old, I think that's what fucked them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At 10 and 6, they might have let you slide, but
Nah, 10 and 6, they could have been picked up by somebody up there.
no, I'm saying somebody might not have said something as quick. But when a 1-year-old is unattended that long, you know, 10 and 6, you know, they can run around and y'all hiding this motherfucker. Don't move for 40. Like, if my mom would have told me, drop your ass off right here, don't you fucking move, stay on this
when
slide.
me and my brother was
don't you
4 and 6. We used to sit in the car.
Yeah.
And I mean, if my mama was in J.C. Penney for hours,
right?
We didn't die. We didn't get kidnapped or nothing. We sat our ass right there and goddamn it, worked with the Game Boy or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. We sat our ass right there.
And then somebody said something too, and it was like, see, that's why we don't have community no more, because you can't even trust your weirdo neighbors to be like, yo, listen, my kids are in the crib, the door is open, you know what I'm saying, unlocked. Just keep peeping out the window every now and then. Make sure you don't see nothing funny. Peek your head in. You can't, you know what I mean?
These days be like,
yeah,
hey, yo,
bro,
free
yeah,
kids.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, damn, you right, because again, we just come from an era where that was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, even if your mom left you at
That's
home.
why you need to learn how to know. You know
It's a
what I'm saying?
goddamn shame though.
A lot of people.
It is.
Well, a lot of people are afraid to learn their neighbors now too.
Yeah.
See, but that's it too. What you just said. For the most part, for me, it's people always say, "I don't want to get to know them." I'm like, "Fuck that."
Right.
I need to know if he is a serial killer.
Right.
How you doing? Such and such. Yeah, I noticed you been leaving every morning. Yeah, I be heading to work.
Right.
I'm waiting for him to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to work too. I do such and such." Good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You supposed to do
Hey,
that
okay,
with your
so
neighbors.
hey, honey, don't talk to him. He's a serial killer.
Right.
Like, I don't even know if my neighbors got kids, you know, like immediately right there. But like you said, if I wish I was cool enough to where they can come to me if they was in that situation and be like, yo, listen, I ain't got nobody to watch my kids, bro.
Sometimes
They
it ain't
old
nothing-
enough to sit here because you
sometimes
just
when
watch
move
the house.
Even when you move in somewhere, it ain't nothing but a quick knock on the door. Hey, how you doing? Such and such. I moved in over here. You know what I'm saying?
That's all you gotta
need me,
do.
man, if you need something, just let me know. You know what I mean? Or if there's ever an issue with anything, you know, come right on over to talk to me. I'm really reasonable.
Like, especially like we living in a house and you live right next to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, like you gonna know their business regardless because you live right next door.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna pry. I'm gonna come say, yo, I just moved in. If you don't say so. And introduce myself. I'm such and such. I like to smoke weed. That's I think me doing that everywhere I went to my neighbors, you know, let them do. Yes, you know, lets them know that, you know, look, I'm a working guy, blah blah blah.
I met you smoking weed.
Huh?
I
Yeah.
met you smoking weed.
Yeah. But I smoke weed. Oh no, we don't mind. We do our thing from time to time too. Right. You don't realize, like you thinking, oh shit, yo, here they come high. Little do you really know, they cool.
Yeah.
Say
These
something.
motherfuckers in there taking illegal prescription pills.
Huh?
They're not bad either.
Okay.
Those little green drinks you was talking
Oh yeah. I meant to say something.
Yeah. Okay, but
So yeah, so the guy has a GoFundMe, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can Google the story. Like it's, I know Jimmy said it was fake, but nah, this one is real this time. Cause you're right, they do be having shit for topics, but this literally happened, you know what I'm saying? So, he has a GoFundMe if y'all want to, people want to research and donate, cause it is kind of a fucked up situation. And I don't know the situation with him and the children's mother, but I can only imagine if it's not the best and she was called and said, hey, this man left your kids unattended at McDonald's, and how she pulled up on the scene, she wasn't supportive.
How much do you give? How much do you give somebody in a situation like that? Once I hear he got a donation of 60 grand, I'm not.
No. Yeah, I'm saying he got enough to bail out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
He has enough.
right. Yeah, definitely. But it's like, I'm thinking about if it's a bitter baby mom situation, could you imagine her pulling up on that scene and the cops is already locking you up and she whipping up talking about some, you motherfucker, you left my kids unattended at McDonald's?
I think
she making
knew.
that shit no bad. Yeah, so they gonna throw the book at you at this point. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh my God. Like,
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, man. So like I said, I don't know if that was the
I feel bad
case.
for him because it was just a bad decision.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah. It's just
with good intentions.
Good intentions, but it was a bad decision.
Bad decision.
Yeah, God knows that's happened to me over
Good intention, bad decision.
Right.
I just feel bad for. I feel bad for him.
Right.
You know,
Shout out to that brother for trying to do the right
Yes.
thing again. 24 years old, 3
I
kids.
mean, at that point, you
whether
just
they
gotta
are-
keep it a buck and be like, look, man. I mean, especially when there's a 1-year-old involved, you gotta be like, look, man.
Yeah, anything.
I know this is not professional. I have my 1-year-old at my interview, but I have no other alternative at this point.
Right.
Like, please.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I apologize.
Can they set the lobby right quick?
I
And if
know
anything goes wrong,
I can't leave
there's more respect given.
Yeah, you know what I'm
on
saying?
that.
Than
No.
leaving your kids at McDonald's.
Because they'll say, look,
Then, you know
we
what I'm
understand the situation. We're scheduled. You know, what
Put
works
the
for
kids
you.
in a situation where somebody could be like, hey, you guys want some more nuggets? Come on, head to this van.
Yeah, come to Uncle Jimbo. Come sit on my lap.
Hey, your dad told me to come over here and
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. How many? I'm not saying it don't happen, right?
I'm just saying a gullible kid is a gullible kid.
Yeah, but I'm saying
We don't always create those.
in our neighborhoods, though, like in our communities, it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't.
I think in our communities that we get snatched up. I don't think that we get gullible.
Right. That's
Because
we know better.
I don't think
If
nobody.
you
Hey,
in the
want some
McDonald's,
candy?
that if we in the McDonald's, I'll even answer it too after y'all go.
I'ma
And you see
sit
3 kids
there.
unattended, you see the pops come back, then like for whatever reason you in there for the whole time.
I'ma holler at him.
But no, you see him come back and you see him dip out. So you didn't even get a chance to holler at him. You just see him come back and you see him dip out.
I'ma sit there
and
with
then
the
you
kids.
come back.
I'ma sit there.
So
with
you
the
kind of, we all savvy
I
enough. You
assess
kind of
it.
put 2 and
Yeah,
2
I
together and
assess
be
it.
like, okay, he's doing something else. I still, again, like I said,
kids here though.
yeah. I think we would just sit there and just now we gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? To make sure they good. Yeah.
I can't leave. Until
Yeah,
the
if
kids
you
are
know
straight,
that,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And I'm not gonna call the authority like going to where you
I
say
ain't about
now.
to
It's
rap.
like
I'm
right.
like-
It's like, bro,
But when he do come back in, I'm like, hey, bro, you got something going on with these?
right. Everything okay? Yeah.
So let's talk about intentions real quick. People who look like us ain't going in there to do no harm to the kids. But people who don't look like us, in actuality, will.
I'm not saying that either. 'Cause there are some weirdos that look like us.
Yeah.
Who do shit.
Yeah, it
You know
is.
what I'm saying? There are.
But they're
You know what I'm
off.
saying? There are. Most of the times with them, they're doing it to their own family members.
Right. But
You know what I'm
strangers,
saying?
I don't.
I'm not saying it don't happen because
Yeah, we need to do some number running.
I'm not. I mean, we probably have to look at some statistics.
Yeah.
But you know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
we would be
That's
quick to pop off if we seen a child. Like, we know this person is a stranger to that child. Like I said, this situation, we seen the pops leave. You seen some weirdo come and just grab the child and say, hey, like you said, with some burger and shit.
I'm like, yo.
Yeah, I think we
Yo,
would.
you know them?
Right.
I don't think
And we would
our
knock
people-
this nigga the fuck out right there on the spot.
I don't think our people has a look for it like the other people do. The other people, that's Chester the molester because he got the little thick beard.
Right,
Mustache right here.
right.
Then he comes over
Still
here.
dresses like it's 1987.
He's like, Heidi
You know
Ho.
what I'm saying? With his little
Hey, kiddos.
Jeffrey Dahmer sweater and shit. You know
I've
what
got
I'm saying?
cookies.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what that looked like. You know what I'm saying? The black one could look like
I could tell him, though.
one of your granddaddy brothers.
It just depends.
Look, one of your
It
granddaddy
depends
brothers.
how you come
Is that that
talk to
shit?
them. It depends how you talk to them. Like, people, they don't, I don't know, man. Anyway, let's go off, because I hate.
I'm about to say, our people are different with it. They're weirdos with it. They be on some old, damn little girl, come give me my hug.
Yeah.
Type shit. You
But
know
his
what I'm saying?
friends,
Like, huh?
they know better, really. Like, I feel like they approach the people closer to them.
They'll look at strangers, be like, they'll come up to stranger kids and be like, you should smile. You look better when you look like, damn.
Somebody said something real quick. Pause, man, said something that made me think about it. That's so inappropriate for us to be like you said, come here, girl, give me a hug. That for a man to do that is crazy.
Especially for you for you to be like that is one thing, kind of weird, but it's really weird when it's expected. It's like, damn, girl, where my hug at?
Yeah. But you ever like...
You done grown up, didn't you?
Right.
Oh, I see you done filled out a little bit.
But you ever notice women get a pass when they do it? It's not as weird.
Oh yeah.
But it should be, right?
A grown-ass woman will say, that's my little boyfriend right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it should be,
then
it should be just as weird.
Look,
right?
I'll never forget. There was this lady named Ms. No, I ain't gonna put her out there. A good friend of my auntie's, you know what I'm saying, who referred to me as her little boyfriend.
You see?
I was like 6.
You see?
My mom's friends called me
Imagine,
little boyfriend.
Right. Imagine one of us said that shit about one of our daughters. That's my little girlfriend, right? That shit, nigga, what? Yeah, nigga, what the fuck did you just say? Yeah.
So here goes some more inappropriate talk. So you got a boyfriend now, huh?
Yeah.
I've heard shit like that. Seriously. Oh, I bet you got a boyfriend.
Yeah, that's inappropriate as fuck. But a woman can say to your son, ooh, you out there knocking him down, ain't you? And it's crazy, but...
I bet you killing them, huh? Like they do that. They do that. Like you a lady killer type situation. That's how they talk. Sassy and shit like.
And it's like
random shit. Ooh, you got muscles.
Right, look at you.
Yeah.
And then we like,
They'll mention puberty and all that. Yeah, oh shit, puberty hit you well. Like, wait, what?
Like, you don't even realize it at the whole time. Like, you don't even realize it at the time. You know what I'm saying? You get older, you're like, I'm gonna be wetting this bitch up.
Yeah. Whether it happened to you as a teenage boy or you got teenage boys and you hear inappropriate comments.
That's funny, you shouldn't even realize that till you get older.
Till you get older, yep.
Yo, one of my mom's friends was really like one of my first girlfriends. One of my mom's friends was really like one of my first girlfriends. And acted like crushes to where, you know, I knew she was coming over. I'd probably make sure I came out and there you go. I'm like,
you see what I'm saying? Yeah. She lets you touch her leg a little different. A little differently than normal. Like, oh, you let me rub this part?
Then you get older. Then you get old enough, like 14, they come sit on your lap. Like, bong. I'm like, yeah. I'm smelling perfume and shit. I'm like, oh, shit.
It's my little man right here. Girl, you better watch him. You know what I mean? Like, and this is a grown woman saying this to you. So as men,
as a little boy, you sitting there like, yeah, y'all better watch me.
See? What's crazy? Yeah, and we train like the fuck. So it's just like, oh shit.
What's crazy is, mom never really said
that about a little girl. You gonna get the shit beat out of you, yo.
Mom never really
I would
said
never
that.
in my life would have ever let one of your daughters sit on my lap, unless they was the baby to where maybe, you know what I'm saying, like, and you know, like I was holding them.
My old baby.
Yeah, but like literally, but like you said, like you just said,
and I don't believe in Santa Claus.
6 years old, they, you know, come here, boy, throwing them on your lap, 5, you know what I'm saying, hugging you, touching you, kissing you a certain way, and it's like, oh shit, yeah.
I'm talking about like I'm in the shower and it's like, I'm like,
That's why you can't do that Santa Claus shit. You're out here getting, you're low key getting a whole bunch of free lap dances from kids.
Ha!
You fucking weirdos.
I don't believe it.
How would they do thorough background checks?
You know what's crazy is like
fucking weirdos.
They need AI to scan.
Let's move on though, man.
We got one more topic to go, and that
wrap it up, B.
Wrap
it up.
Please don't say that.
What is Cuban B? Anybody seen Cuban B?
Cuban B. What are you leaving behind?
Michael Jackson died with no will. Prince died with no will. Aretha Franklin died with no will. Last week I had to bury Angie Stone with no will. You got to make sure that you are leaving something for your children. Dr. Schaub, 87% of black children don't know the names of their great-grandparents. Why? Because they didn't leave them nothing. Because we haven't created any legacy for those that are coming behind. Y'all got to get your stuff in order. Y'all ain't saying that. I said, you better get your business in order. You too old to not have stuff in order. Come on now. GoFundMe is not a plan. You got to have a plan in order. I don't care where you work or what you do. Make sure that you got your paperwork. The book of Proverbs says a good man leaves an inheritance. You got to make sure that you are leaving something for your children.
Good way to wrap it up.
Big figgity facts.
You know, get into life insurance, ladies and gentlemen. You know, leave something behind. So all I really wonder. It said it for itself.
Yeah, it's definitely self-explanatory, but you know, since it's a topic, you know, just to kind of go in a little bit on it, like as far as like you said, Lee getting life insurance, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, 401k if you have it through your job if it's available. Don't be afraid to get life insurance on your children. It's scary, you know what I'm saying. Like the first time I had to sit there and look at that paperwork and fill that out, like it just gave me a weird, eerie feeling, but. We're adults. These are just things that we have to do. So, you know what I'm saying? You just never fucking know. So, you know, God forbid. But like just prepare yourself for the unknown. That's the best way to put it. You know what I'm saying? So, like Jimmy said, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, if you ain't really got it set up, especially if you're our age, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's time to do so.
You gotta get
You ever think about it like this though? Like even getting it on your older loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, who don't have it? Like, you know, getting it for your mom. You know, getting it for, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I don't have a pop, so I can't do him. But I'm just saying, your next generation.
And real quick, and you know, my brother could speak on this way better than I could. There's a big difference between having that type of insurance right and your funeral getting handled this way and this way. You know what I'm saying? It is a big fucking difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
because those costs are amazing.
Right, yeah. You know, that's what I said. I know you seen it.
Trust
me.
I'm cremating motherfuckers myself.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a big difference. And we know
I'm talking about gasoline.
Right. And we know the mess that come with it. So, you know, like myself, you know what I'm saying? And Jimmy and I don't want to jinx pause now, right, just yet. But, you know, we have multiple children. So, you know, if you do have assets, make sure you got them in order, who's in charge of what. You know, you might feel like this child is more responsible. So, hey, look, I'm going to give this to you.
Yeah.
But I know you are responsible enough to do this. And, of course, unselfish enough to delegate it to where, okay, I'm going to pinch you this off because I know if I give you this lump sum, you're the youngest, you going to fuck it up. So I need to pinch you off X amount every, you know what I mean? Like, you're going.
You could also, for percentages.
Right.
Like
right.
if you got
do
a certain
all of that.
percentage,
Yep.
you could just divide it.
Yep.
You know, so
yeah.
whatever you got to do that.
Right. And have those conversations. Be real. Like, you know, again, you know, my brother, he can attest to this, like, you know what I'm saying, better than I can. Like, you know. What up, sis? Sis in the building.
Man, you good. Yeah. So that's part of my insurance policy.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, delegate it, make sure, because look, we ain't get left shit. Not saying my parents are still here, but I'm talking about their parents.
Right.
You know, what they were left was fought over and divvied up.
And I mismanaged, and now you done lost the property because y'all ain't want to pay.
So what happened to the passing over that generation, those pictures, that legacy of being in that house since the family was all grew up in? Right. We barely ever had that type shit. Right. To where we still in Big Mama house.
Yeah. Right.
You know, we renovated it. You know, so
not too much generational wealth.
Right. And it's easy to do. It's not even hard. You paying monthly for cable subscriptions where you could pay something back to the next generation. I almost feel like it's selfish.
Boy, you took the word.
I almost feel like it's selfish.
Because I was about to call myself selfish for all the fucking fuckery I done did and not thinking about my great grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, because, you know, I like you said, going back to what you said, you know, a segment you brought up earlier about judging yourself. Like, I judge myself for not even being in that position. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now. And of course, you know, certain factors in life, but still, there's certain things I self-inflicted to where if I didn't do this, and this, I would have been able to do this, and this by now. You know, setting up for my grandchildren that I don't have yet. So.
See, but we weren't educated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We weren't. See, but that's why I said, I still feel like it's selfish. Because they knew. I'm sorry to be speaking at this way, but maybe life was just so hard for them as well. Yeah, like it is for us to stay focused on the future when you worried about now.
Right.
So, I think we should do it. You know,
definitely.
Do the life insurance. So, I can't even talk, but I'm glad y'all tuned
cut
in.
this short because my brother's voice is fading with every second.
This is a dragon fruit.
Yeah, it was a great show. Definitely a good show. Appreciate everybody tuning in as usual. My brother can't talk, so I'll sign us off. Salute the pause man, bringing us that crystal clear clarity.
Yes.
Like, click, subscribe.
Please,
tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to get back to saying that. We love y'all some more. Survive the recession. That's my quote for that. So I'm going to end every podcast.
And get life insurance.
Survive the recession that's coming.
Get life insurance.
Yes, and get life insurance.
And think about football. No more centers.
And no more acronyms.
All that.
Done.
Video
also
jockey.
known as
Video
the
jockey.
Duke of Dansbury.
I think I was.
Cheerio.
I am Jimmy Cheerio. And good night.
We out of here.
Peace.
It's the PMP Show.